Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. The Sims 4 updated yesterday, and today I'm going to run through all of the changes. So let's go. First of all, the version numbers should be for PC 1.98.127.1030. For Mac, you're looking at 1.98.127.1230. For console, the version number should be 1.76. If those version numbers do not match up for your device, then you will need to make sure that you update the game manually. Now, the Sims team did upload some notes onto their website, and the first thing that they have said that they've changed is the gallery. The gallery is gone. They are doing extended maintenance as part of an initiative to move the gallery to new back-end systems and services, which, according to them, will bring with it additional flexibility and future feature updates. If you're worried about this, don't be. According to the Sims team, all of our creations, comments, likes, and downloads will be moved over to the new gallery and will be there waiting for us when maintenance is complete. Personally, I think this is going to be an awesome thing, hopefully, because we have been begging them to fix the gallery and update it for years now, and it looks like our wishes are finally coming true. We're just gonna have to be patient while they get it fixed and all changed over. For PC and Mac, you will notice when the gallery relaunches, the news tab will no longer be there and the gallery newsfeed will not feed anymore. It will be a temporary thing and they will bring them back in some form at a later date. Console players will also get the features when they return. Trending hashtags are going to be unavailable, but we will be able to search by hashtag as usual. Commenting from the Sims.com website will be temporarily unavailable once the gallery returns, as they're focusing on bringing the game systems back and running smoothly, so that you'll be able to read comments on the web gallery, but you'll need to be in the Sims 4 game itself to leave new comments in the gallery. And due to technical issues, the gallery will be temporarily disabled on Macs running El Capitan, that's 10.11, and Sierra, which is 10.12. All items previously downloaded will be available in your library as usual. According to the Sims team, they will bring access back to players on those operating systems as soon as possible. As always, you will want to go over to Twitter at The Sims Direct for any updates as and when they share them. Now, the update itself, downloaded yesterday, the 30th of May, is available to download and play, but the gallery will be unavailable while the team works behind the scenes on bringing new services online. Once the gallery returns, you won't have to do anything as long as you have this update downloaded, so again, you won't have to worry about anything at all there. One returning feature that they have put back in to The Sims 4 is you will automatically connect to the gallery when your game launches rather than connecting on demand, which they added when they first made The Sims 4 available, base game that is, available for free. Console Simmers will need to link their EA account either during game launch or by opening Options, Game Options, Other, and selecting Link EA Account. You will need to update to this newest version of the game to access the gallery once it is made available once again, because older clients will not be able to connect. What's new and bug fixes? Let's jump into those. So the new things, consoles, big changes. They have reviewed loads of feedback regarding controls on PlayStation and Xbox versions of The Sims 4 and have made important changes in this new update. They have restored previous functionality in build mode and made additional improvements to bring consistency between game modes and what controller buttons do. As an example, in CAS, the bumper buttons would switch between Sims, but in live mode, you would have to use the triggers as the bumpers would adjust game speed. So now with this update, in live mode, switching between Sims will be handled by bumper buttons to align with CAS, and the triggers will adjust the game speed. So they're just making CAS and build by and live a little bit more matching. Another example that they give is tiles, doors, and windows were previously rotated by pressing triangle on the PlayStation and the Y button on the Xbox controllers. They have aligned these objects with other objects, and they can now be rotated with the bumper buttons left and right. While windows and doors will use the triangle or Y button to now place multiple, and tiles will use the button to switch between single tile or full room modes. They also recommend for console players that you enable Show Controls Legend, which is Game Options Other, to get an idea of the new shortcuts and layouts. The controls overlay is always available by pressing the L3 button on PlayStation or the L button on Xbox if you prefer to play without the on-screen prompts. Another thing that they've changed for consoles is while you're in build mode, when you select an object from the lot, the build catalog panel will minimize, returning screen space for you to navigate. You can also switch cursor modes by tapping the touchpad on PlayStation or the view button on Xbox while you are in the build catalog to select items from the lot, and when you return to the catalog, you will be presented with the last object you were viewing, allowing you to pick up where you left off, which is awesome for console players. They've also added a number of shortcuts throughout the game. One such shortcut can be found in Create a Sim, where if you're editing your Sim's appearance, you can press up on the D-pad to jump to the identity panel. If you press down on the D-pad, you will be able to quickly add or remove Sims from your household without needing to toggle cursor modes or navigate with the cursor on that part of the screen. This is great for console players. Absolutely fantastic. If you're a console player, what do you think of these new changes? If you've had a chance to have a look at them, let me know in the comments. Moving on to bug fixes. They have fixed a lot of bugs. Starting in base game, when going through Create a Sim stories, your Sim will now confirm that their aspirations and traits cannot be modified. The tooltip on the reset button for the UI scale setting, found in Options, Game Options Accessibility, will correctly reflect if you're using the game defaults or not. Excessive jogging should not mean that your Sims will be stuck with pulled muscle and fatigued, uncomfortable buffs forever. These buffs now expire over time. So there's a load of benches that were previously set in as indoor furniture, but now they should all appear as outdoor furniture and count towards lot requirements like parks, which is fantastic. There are now additional body scar options for male Sims. Different cribs will now include energy values when viewing them in the build mode catalog. Erratic wants and whims now shares the same image as the trait. There is a specific top that is now correctly categorized and will only show up when removing the feminine filter tag. The gallery and library button on the main menu will remain left aligned even if you take the game offline and then reconnect, just where it should be, which is really good because that button tended to roam in a lot of cases. When starting a scenario while an able guidance system is enabled, that's in Options, Game Options, Tutorial, and Tips, or started manually, Emily should no longer fight for screen time over the scenario requirements in Create a Sim. That's really good. That's the main reason why I disabled Emily. Building a relationship between a photographer and model takes time, or at least it should. It was noted that the relationship and reputation increased too rapidly while taking photos of or with another Sim. This is the most controversial bug that they have taken out of the game to date. Everyone used that glitch, and it was a glitch. It was confirmed to be a glitch, but it was a good glitch. I'm very sad that they took that out, because it really helped, especially if you were speed running certain scenarios and such. Family trees, by definition, keep growing. Your Sims will once again be able to view their grand and great-grand lineages, which is awesome, because sadly, what was happening with that was you would get far enough in your legacy challenges and your first generation would disappear off the family tree, which is really annoying because they would literally disappear. No name, no photo, just an empty photo with no name, and it was so annoying. But I'm really, really glad to see that they fixed that. Toddlers can use the Babble interaction on large stuffed animal toys like Blarfy as much as they like and will no longer need to wait hours between babbling. That's awesome. And finally, there were a bunch of fireplaces that did not have the environment value in the tooltip, and now they do. In console, they have fixed quite a few bugs. They have improved legibility of the controller legend labels when viewing notifications, disabled the social features in game options while viewing the gallery should no longer force you to look at just the game options screen until you restart the game. Viewing the venue information from a lot placed from My Library or the gallery will no longer lock the controls to the UI elements. Using the Move Lot option for console players will no longer prevent you from rotating the lot. I'm sure a lot of you will be very happy with that. Disabling the Show Controls Legend setting in Options, Game Options, and Other should hide button icons and labels from the gallery now. If you need a reminder of what they are, you can click in the left stick on your controller to view the controls overlay. The control legend should no longer disappear after adjusting the UI scale. Cursors will no longer disappear after using the relationships panel, which is a very nice fix for console players. Resizing objects in build mode is possible once again. If you want to resize an object in build mode, if you're a console player, what you want to do is, while holding the object that you want to resize, press and hold the L2 and R2 buttons if you're on PlayStation, or the left trigger or right trigger if you're on Xbox. Then press left or right on the D-pad to adjust the size and place your giant or tiny object into the lot when you are ready to do so. As part of the changes to build mode for the controller, the focus should no longer prevent switching between control types. And finally, for console players, the controls overlay should be accurate at all times. They have gone through and removed excess or inaccurate button callouts to make the overlay easier to read, which is, again, awesome. Moving on to the pack-specific bug fixes. In Seasons, adding Seasons expansion pack to an existing save game will no longer put you in a season select nightmare when trying to purchase and open a business. In Island Living, a specific necklace can now be customized with a selection of color options, so they've added color swatches to the necklace EP07 beads tier _white, which is awesome. In Snowy Escape, there's 10 pages of lessons that you can read in Snowy Escape, but the page numbers were being cut off. They're no longer cut off. This allows you to keep up your mountain climb excursions-based education more effectively. Finally, in Snowy Escape, workaholics should no longer burn out at the same rate as Sims without the same lifestyle. In Cottage Living, this is another console fix. Purchasing seeds on consoles now includes additional information on how to complete the purchase without needing to view the controls overlay screen to find the corresponding button. In high school years, teens that get expelled from high school will no longer be able to re-enroll. And a solid black chain now has an array of color options to pick from as well. In Growing Together, they've fixed a few things. Sims with tracked milestones will no longer forget about them if they are moved into a non-played household. Sims can now have the difficult family dynamic with their spouses. The fake fireplace shows eco-footprint, industrial, and functional off-the-grid values in the tooltip now. The floor fireplace EP10 Gen standing _set1 shows functional off-the-grid value in the tooltip. They should do, because fireplaces, unless they're a gas fireplace, they burn wood, so they should be functional off the grid. Paranoid and squeamish self-discovery moments should be less frequent after declining either one. And finally, they have decreased the frequency of self-discovery when the sim is promoted. What I would love them to do is decrease the frequency of fear of a dead-end job as soon as they're promoted. That would be nice. Hopefully they'll get to that. In laundry day stuff, washing machines and dryers have been improved on to make them more reliable. In a Carnival streetwear, there was a problem with the Feathers Duo Pink Blue DK necklace showing up twice in Create a Sim. They've gotten rid of the duplicate now. And they've also made sure that that necklace now has its full color options available. And finally, the last thing that they have changed in the game, in Basement Treasures, chest can now be opened and used for storing all of your treasures. That's the Sculpt Floor Inventory 1 by 1 _SP41 Gen chest can now be opened. What do you think of all of these bug fixes and changes to the game? How annoyed are you that we don't have the gallery and they're not giving us an ETA for when the gallery is going to be reinstated? Let me know down below in the comments. And as always, my friends, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. All of the up-to-date and latest news in The Sims 4 and other life simulation games. And as always, I'll see you later. Bye.